Hey guys, welcome to my run of the Grandmaster Nightfall Heist Battleground Moon. For this run, I'll be using an Invis Hunter build, utilizing Vanishing Step, Trapper's Ambush, and Graviton Forfeit for basically unlimited invisibility uptime for the added survivability. For weapons, I'll be using the trusty Wish Ender to deal with the barrier champions and for the excellent long range damage that it does, as well as the staccato for the unstoppable champions and taking advantage of that extra 25% solar damage during this run, as well as the circular logic for my heavy for the extra strand damage. I thought about using a rocket launcher, but I'll tell you why later in the video. There are just some spots where you could probably insta kill yourself since you'll be dealing with invisible walls. Feel free to pause the video if you want to take a closer look at the build and the mods equipped. I will also link the build in the description below.
Alright, Guardian. This is a smash and grab. Smash some Hive, grab a chunk of Submind.
And live to tell the tale.
I know everyone likes a different spot to do damage initially here. I like this spot because it's at such a distance where they won't really shoot you, and you could do some decent damage here. After I get done with some of these initial enemies, I then move over to the right to the vantage point on top of this little hill here. I like to take care of those initial enemies first, in particular the acolytes, because they will spam their little solar bombs. So once you move over to this right side, if they're still alive, they'll be spamming them and you won't really be able to sit in the spot and DPS. Also, make sure to leave the wizard last, because once you kill the wizard, it will spawn an enemy which will basically suppress your super and abilities if you don't kill them quick enough. And there he is getting away from me. Another thing that that enemy will do is give all the ads an overshield. I was able to kill him fast enough during this run, but if he were to activate the buff for the enemies, you could still kill him at least and be able to use your super and abilities afterwards. Ouch. I'll continue to stay in this spot to finish picking off the ads, as the tower will laser tag you if you get closer, so you'll have to find another spot where at least the tower's view is blocked and it won't shoot you. Here you don't have to worry about the ogre spitting that purple stuff at you, but it will occasionally hide behind that hive tree looking thing, so you might have to shift spots either to the left or right to be able to hit it. Also, before you kill that last big boss knight, make sure that any of the remaining barrier knights are killed. Otherwise, they might despawn if you kill that big boss knight first. But let me know in the comments below if that's the case or not. I'm not sure. I've always killed the barrier knights first.
That did it. Hatch opening and setting that perimeter tower to friendly. You're welcome.
Xivu Arath moves in the open, but I worry we are missing a piece of our enemy's plan.
Maybe for now, but we'll have a Warmind up and running soon. If anyone can outmaneuver Xivu Arath, it's Rasputin.
Here, I won't even bother with these ads as there are no champions, so it won't really keep you from getting platinum rank if you just skip through it. So I will just try to keep going in biz, basically. Here I'm just waiting for my smoke bomb to be active again so I could keep my invis up. And this is the first cheese of the Grandmaster. After you activate your ghost here, you will go over to the railing here on the left. Here you will kind of want to move your character a little bit to the left and forward until you see your character float a little bit. You'll know the cheese is working because none of the enemies will attack you here. This is also another reason why I went with the staccato, because mine has explosive shot on it, so as you see it does extra splash damage to the enemy, as they could be kind of hard to hit in this area, and it's just a slow and long process, unfortunately. There's also a bit of an invisible wall here, which is why I opted out of the rocket launcher and decided to go with the machine gun, so it makes it easier and safer to hit targets. In the couple of runs that I did, the Ravenous Raider was always the hardest one to hit. So whenever it did come out in the open, I try to hit it with the machine gun just to do more damage to it faster. And this is the frustrating part of the cheese, and what makes it take longer is that you're basically just waiting, trying to bait the enemies that are blocking the connection to come out into line of sight so you could DPS them. Once you kill the last highlighted enemy by the icon, the ghost will reestablish the connection and it will continue to keep hacking and progress this part of the mission. Three more highlighted enemies will again spawn here and disrupt the connection, and you will have to kill them to reestablish it once again. I will do a mini time skip here to the next wave. In the third and final wave of this part of the mission, there will only be one ogre that spawns that you have to kill to reestablish the connection and finish this part of the mission. I will do another mini time skip here to the final part of this wave. Once the ghost progress hits 100%, the door will open up into the vault and we will be able to continue deeper into this Grandmaster. Before I leave this part though, I always make sure to collect any of the heavy and glimmer because I am pole. Here I always channel my inner Tom Cruise and try to not die by the lasers. Dun, 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 dun. In this part, you can move either to the left or right of the map here. I usually always go to the right, and you can, or you could choose to ignore the ads here as they will despawn after the 3-minute timer is up, which is usually what I do, so I won't bother opening up the locks on the vault. But I'm a degen, so I'll try to kill these ads anyways.
Rewriting itself with repair protocols every time we clear the bunker, so damage is minimal.
I suspect the witness is treating this scorn as a living archive, copying important information to its mind for safekeeping. Troubling.
Now it's just a matter of waiting out the timer for the reinforcements to arrive and killing them to get the vault open. I will go ahead and do another mini time skip here for the reinforcements to arrive. You do have a better vantage point on top to hit the enemies, but unfortunately it is a little kill box because they'll funnel in those arc grenades that the captain throws at you. along with the knight doing his little boomer attacks, plus the ogre spitting the purple stuff. So since you're in a little box here, I normally don't stay here too long. I will usually swap between the two spots down below and up here. Once you kill the last enemy here, the vaults will open and we can proceed to the next cheese spot.
Vault open. All right, Malahayati, here we come.
Here's where the second cheese spot is. After we activate the ghost here, we will go towards the left side of the wall here, left side from the entrance, jump up and onto the pipes above. Once you get to the top, you will see that there are 3 platforms that you could jump onto. I usually like to be in the very first one or the third one. In the couple runs that I made, I often found that I was often more attacked in the middle platform. So I would just swap between those usually. You'll have to experiment on how much forward you go, because as you can see, there is an invisible wall here that your arrows will hit. Not so much your scout or machine gun, but your arrows will definitely be affected by this invisible wall. And this is another reason why I opted against the rocket launcher, because I was unsure as to whether or not it could potentially basically one-shot myself if I hit that invisible wall with the rocket launcher. So I just thought it'd be safer to use the machine gun, but let me know if you've had some success with a rocket launcher in this cheese spot or not. When the corrupted raiders do spawn, I try to kill them as fast and as often as possible, just because they could potentially two-shot you if they manage to snipe you. Plus, you have all these other ads that will be shooting stuff at you. I believe these stalkers throw like these purple area effect grenades, and you also have the boss that's trying to snipe you. So if you stand anywhere on the edges of this platform for too long without you knowing, like, you could potentially get sniped and, I mean, wipe at this point. Because believe me, nothing sucks more than wiping at this point, just because this can be a long GM, especially if you're being cautious like I am. In the other couple runs that I had before this, there was a few times that I died on this very same platform, and it was usually due to a combination of not realizing that I was standing near the edge for just a little bit too long, so the corrupted raider would hit me with their snipe, and then a stalker would just happen to launch one of their purple area grenades at me, and then that would finish me off. Or it was the boss that would snipe me, and then it'd be maybe another raider sniping me too, so that'd be 2 shots, and then that would finish me off. I'm going to go ahead and do a little mini time skip here. Here I believe 5 arc charge scorn will spawn, each of which will have one of those arc orbs that you have to deposit down below to make the boss vulnerable again. So basically what I do is I try to get their health down until the little like white dot above them appears where a finisher could finish them off. So when I drop down below, I could just use my finisher, finish them off, and become invisible, pick up the orb and deposit it while being invisible. It just makes it easier that way, and basically chain that, go on to the next arc charged score and finish them off, and so on and so forth until you get all 5 deposited. Once again, please be careful not to stand near the edge when these scorn are out, because they will do this like 3-shot rocket attack at you, and they could potentially 2 or 3 shot you, so just keep that in mind. Here I've only been able to get 2 of those scorn nearly finished, so I'm just going to go ahead and get these taken care of because the other scorn are kind of hiding behind pillars. So hopefully that will bait them and bring them out into the open more. Here I'm just kind of biding my time and waiting for the scorn to just kind of move over a little bit so they could get another place to shoot at. So when I finish off the second scorn, they're not going to be shooting at right at my direction, because that's actually happened before on another run where I died here because there were like 3 or 4 scorn shooting, and when you do the finisher, they'll spot you and they'll start shooting at your direction even though you're going invisible. And since that invisibility doesn't make you immune, I mean, you'll pretty much die at that point. So here I kind of panicked a little bit because I thought that the orb had dropped all the way to the bottom, but I then noticed that it didn't. It was kind of stuck on these pipes, but I didn't really want to risk a pickup there and risk falling to my death. So I decided to play it safe and just go back up top again. Here I'm going to go ahead and try to swap to the 3rd platform, just so I could get a better line of sight at the other scorn and bring their health down, as well as maybe getting a better look at the unstoppable champions. Also, don't forget that you need to kill these 2 unstoppable ogre champions if you want to get platinum rank. Here I'm going to go ahead and drop down again to deposit some more orbs, as I have a couple more scoring there. Have the finisher icon on top now. And that's what I meant earlier when I said that the stalkers or any ads will shoot at the last place where you went invisible at. We'll go ahead and do another time skip here to speed things along a little bit. I only have one last unstoppable champion to take care of, so I'll go ahead and do that before I finish depositing the orbs. Going to go ahead and deposit the final 2 orbs to start the second and final damage phase of this boss. This part almost gave me a heart attack because I nearly fell into the abyss and wiped after all that work. Here I'm just going to do a little bit of ad clear before DPSing the boss just to play it safe. Going to go ahead and do another mini time skip here. Finally, you dead, fool.
The Submind is in our control. Well done, Guardians.
I'm gonna go find out what bad
And
RNG Destiny
preserved
decides to give me this
minds
time.
to a frail existence.
I assume that was directed at me.
Did you solve that riddle all on your own?
I've cut Clovis's comm link. I don't think his response was important anyway. Exfiltration ready.
That was my run of the Heist Battleground Moon on Grandmaster. Thanks again for watching, and let me know in the comments below what builds you guys are running for this Grandmaster, either in a fire team or solo. Thanks again. Peace out.